Hello, we're going to talk about in a 15-lesson series about why marriages fail. Now, there are numerous of reasons as to why marriages fail. And so we're going to talk about, in this lesson, about commitment. See, people get married all around the world. And it's something that people appreciate. They enjoy being in the wedding. People enjoy planning for weddings. And it's an event that is so special, not only in our lives, but it was also special in the Bible. Jesus attended a wedding. So we know that it's important and part of our society. And see, the first thing that any marriage should always think about is their commitment. Now, it's easy to be committed when you first meet someone and have a relationship with and decide to get married. You love them, they love you. Things are going as planned. But what about when situations get tough? How committed will you be in your marriage? Now, I've been married for over 20 years, and I know some of the difficulties in a marriage. I know how sin can penetrate the mind and make you think about things that are not fruitful for your marriage. And for those who have been married for a very long time, they understand commitment. There are people that have been married over 70 years, many years of marriage. And rest assured, they've had some difficult situations. But one of the biggest problems in a marriage, they're not committed. People go into a marriage with a mindset that if something doesn't work out, they'll walk away from it. And see, that's not how God designed marriage. It was a bond that was supposed to last forever. Created in His image and His likeness. And the only thing that separates that bond is death. And so many people in our world, they're getting married for various reasons. And we know how the physical part of things can get in the way. We also know how mental and emotional matters can also cloud someone's judgment. But in most of those cases, we're thinking about the short term. We're not thinking about what can happen tomorrow, the next 5 years, 10, 15, or 20 years. What if your spouse gains weight that you don't like? What if they get sick? What if they have other emotional or psychological problems? What if they lose their jobs? You know, so many things can happen during the course of a relationship. Marriage is in line with the gospel, with Jesus being the groom and the church being the bride. And see, with Jesus being the groom, he knows how committed a relationship should be. See, God was committed to his son coming from heaven to earth. God was committed when he established his kingdom. God was committed when he gave us his word. So God is committed to all that is done according to his direction. And marriages lack that commitment. And when a marriage is not truly committed, it will fail. Causes multiple of problems. The Bible speaks about in Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4, that marriage should be honored by all, kept pure. And God will call out the sin that's part of that commitment, that bond, that relationship. People must examine their lives when they get married. They need to understand what kind of marriage do they want to have. Now, if it's built on Christ, then you have the right foundation. If it's built according to their desires, it is not the marriage that God wants them to have. And those are the type of marriages that can fail. A marriage must be built on a rock, and that is through Jesus. It's a blessing when we see people who have been married for a long time. It's something that I appreciate when I see that commitment. When we still see couples hold hands and never lose sight. The time is right now to guide your life towards heaven.